Welcome everybody. Today's topic is fibroids and fibroid surgery. Mainly open myomectomy because that's what I had. I know there are other surgeries. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I know there's laparoscopic and a few others I can't remember, but maybe I'll link an article below with naming what kind of surgeries, just in case you're scheduling surgery or scheduling to see a surgeon and are interested in the different types of fibroid surgery. So first off, I will tell my story. Okay. So in September of 2019, I was getting established with a new OBGYN, and during that exam, he found that my uterus was a little enlarged. So he's like, yeah, you might have a fibroid. And at first he seemed concerned about it, and then he brushed it off later on like it's nothing. While I know some are not a big deal and can be left, I just didn't like the idea of it in there, mainly because I have been trying to conceive for a very long time. So I guess part of me was like, you know, that's probably going to hinder trying to conceive. So with so many reasons I wasn't happy with him, so I went and got a second, third, and fourth opinion. And the last OBGYN I saw, sorry, I can't spit out my words. The last OBGYN I saw, she was like, yes, you definitely, if you're trying to conceive, this should come out. I could do the surgery, but with how big it's getting, and my area of expertise, I would just wind up doing a hysterectomy, and since you're trying to conceive, that's not what we want. So she recommended me to a reproductive endocrinologist. I met with him and he was like, yep, that's definitely gonna have to come out. At this point, it had gone from 6 centimeters to, I think, 12 at this point when I met with my reproductive endocrinologist. So he recommended me to, I'm probably going to butcher this word, a gynecologic oncologist. Oh, there's my kitty cat. Anyway, yeah. And I met with him, and they were like, yep, that's got to come out. If you want to get pregnant, yep, that's definitely hindering things. So we met with him. He went over what type of surgery I would need. At first, he's the best at robotic surgery. So at first, we were like, maybe we could do that. But then he looked at the fibroid and was like, that's a little too big. So we might have to do, you know, open you up from the belly button down. So going in, that's what I thought I was going to have. And I'm like, oh, longer recovery, etc., etc. I was afraid I would have to have a longer recovery. So we get to surgery day, and I go into the room. I'm waiting, and I'm as cool as a cucumber, you know, because at this point, like, I had been dealing with the fibroid stuff for way too long, like the heavy bleeding, the backaches, the peeing every 5 minutes, everything that comes with fibroids. I'm like, oh, and like, it was hard to try to get pregnant, so I'm like, yes, definitely, like, I'm done with this. So I was as cool as a cucumber. I think my husband had nerves for the both of us. Kitty trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I was waiting in the room to be wheeled into the OR, and, you know, all calm and everything, and go into the surgery room. Then I come out and wake up in recovery. They give you, like, you know, the ginger ale and whatnot, make sure you're awake enough. And when they knew I was fine, they wheeled me to my room. And then I found out that it wasn't from my belly button down. The surgeon was able to do a bikini cut, so I think that made for a better recovery. I was, not to brag or anything, but I was in discomfort, but I wasn't in real excruciating pain. I know they gave me nerve blockers, and they had me on pain medication. But for the most part, I dealt with the pain okay. I think I kind of have a high tolerance for pain. But I know everybody's different. What else? So I get wheeled to my room. My husband's waiting for me. Obviously because of surgery, you know, you lost a lot of blood, and I was like pale and everything. My husband said it scared him a little bit, but I know it's normal for after surgery. You look worn out and everything. So we get back to my room. I relax. I ordered a little something to eat. The nurses recommended for me to start off slow. They're like, has been nothing in your system for 24 hours or whatever. So they're like, yeah, just to ease back into eating, maybe just order this and that to nibble on. So I ordered mashed potatoes and chicken broth just to ease back in, to prepare my stomach for, you know, anything bigger. So I relaxed the rest of the night, as much as you can in a hospital setting. Then I woke up the next day, and they tried to get me up and walking around. You know, they try to get you up as soon as you can. They were gonna do it the night before, sorry, I can't spit my words out today. Yeah, they were gonna get me up the night or the day of surgery, but because I was feeling so lightheaded and out of it, they let me relax. So I got up. I don't know if it was in the morning or towards the afternoon. I got up and I sat up in the chair, sunned myself from the sun coming in the window in the hospital. Had lunch. I ordered a good meal. Sorry, it was a year ago, so I'm trying to remember stuff. Yeah, through the day there, I was doing fine getting up and walking to the bathroom myself. They let me. They're like, you seem steady on your feet. So yeah, you can get up and go to the bathroom. You seem okay. But one of the times I went to the bathroom, I got up off the toilet and I just got so lightheaded and I saw stars, and it kind of scared me. And I got back to my bed and I called the nurse, and she was like, oh yeah, that's totally normal, it's fine, you know, you did lose a lot of blood, it's gonna take a while for your body to build it back up. So why don't we get you back in bed, just relax, you know, call me if you need anything. So because of that, I kind of was like, I didn't want to be annoying and call the nurses every time I had to get up, but because I had that dizzy spell, it kind of scared me. So I did call them for assistance when I needed it. Remember, you can do that. Don't feel bad, you know. You know, it's better you call them for assistance than, you know, you get hurt or something. Also that day, they said I could have gone home, but because I had that little dizzy spell, they're like, yeah, maybe we'll keep you out one more day. Cat bugging me again. Yeah, so I stayed one more night. I was able to, this was a Saturday, so I was able to go home on Sunday. Yes, I was able to go home on that Sunday. Everything looked good. I wasn't having any more dizzy spells. My incision looked great. All my doctors were happy with how I was looking. So I got the okay to go home. And I was only in the hospital for 3 days, 2 nights. And then I got to go home and recover, or come home and recover. And for me, it was a pretty easy recovery. Again, yes, I was in discomfort. I took just Motrin for the pain, because again, I wasn't heavily in pain. I think I credit that to having just the bikini cut and not being open from my belly button down. I feel like if I had had that done, that my recovery probably would have been longer. So yeah, I think that's everything with my fibroid myomectomy story. I do feel like I'm forgetting stuff. So if you want to know any more specifics on my surgery, if I'm forgetting anything, maybe you can ask in comments below and I'll answer there. Because it was about a year ago, so I feel like I'm forgetting details, but I just wanted to give you all the gist of the story. So now we are going to move on to tips for after surgery. Okay, my tip number 1. Use a pillow. A small pillow for when you're sitting on the couch and maybe you go to get up and you want to hold it a little stable just in case, because you feel like you're gonna rip open or something. I know that's horrible, but you know, I know people feel that, so they hold the pillow there. For me, it was mainly to prevent my cat from walking on my belly, because sometimes she does that, and I wanted to deter her from doing that. So I held it like she sits on this side of me, so I held the pillow on my side like that, and I kind of deterred her. If that wasn't really helping, then I would hold it on my actual lap so she couldn't stand on my lap. Also, I know some people bring a pillow with them to have in the car on the ride home to hold in the to hold on their belly, because I know the seat belt and whatnot rub against the incision, and that can be uncomfortable. So yeah, use it for home and for the ride home from the hospital. Number 2, wear loose clothing. Yeah, especially for after surgery, you don't want tight fitting clothing rubbing on your incision, especially if you have if you're stitched up with stitches instead of the glue. I had the glue, so it wasn't terrible. Sorry, so yeah, sorry, like my allergies are bugging me or something. It makes for difficult filming. Yeah, clothing. Yeah, you want to wear the loose clothing throughout your recovery, as your incision's healing. And it's just more comfortable when you don't feel right, you know, your nice baggy, comfy clothing. Number 3, definitely have somebody with you if you can, to cook, to clean, to help you shower. It was a big help, having my husband help me in the shower, because I couldn't really bend, and I felt dizzy and lightheaded at times, so I was able to hold on to the bar in the shower and then have him outside just in case. So yeah, having somebody with you is a big help. Number 4, get up slowly. Now I know this is probably a given, right? You don't want to risk tearing your stitches and your incision. So what they told me in the hospital was to get up slowly. I held onto the bar of the bed and sat at the edge of the bed, and I would scooch on the couch too. I would scooch to the edge and then sit there for a second and then get up, and it helped a lot. It made me feel a little more stable. And then also, you know, since you lost a lot of blood, you can get dizzy at times. So you just want to make sure you're steady on your feet. And number 5, they do put this in your recovery recommendations, is walk. Get up and walk 3 times a day. This really helped. It helps get the blood flowing. If I was having a low energy, sorry, I had to take off there for a minute. My mom called, so I took that call. All right, where were we? Oh, tip number 5 for after surgery. Walk. Do your walking. They do recommend this in your aftercare. After they send you home, they give you the instructions. I want to say it helps a lot. When I was having a really bad energetic day, I would get up and I would walk around, and it would kind of give me that boost of energy. It would get the blood flowing. Obviously, it's to prevent blood clots. So yeah, they want you to get up and walk. And it gives you a little, you know, you're not just sitting sedentary all day. You get to stretch. Yeah, so that's those tips for after surgery. Now I have, what did I pack in my hospital bag? Number 1, a robe. Obviously I had my surgery in January, so it's cold and I'm temperature sensitive anyway, so I bought a comfy robe to wear, so I was nice and warm. So yes, a robe would be ideal. They don't really have them in the hospital. If they don't, you know, you wear another gown over. Yeah. Let's see. 2, extra clothes. I packed extra clothes to go home in. I know some people just put the clothes back on that they wore to the hospital, but you know, I wanted fresh clothes, nice, new, clean. And I had bought a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, extra clothes. What else? Phone charger. This is really important. We all have our phones. We want to keep in touch with our families when we're alone in the hospital. Of course, I had my surgery during COVID, so the hours were limited to when people could visit. Only my husband came those hours. So yeah, phone charger. Number 4, pads. I know some people say the hospital provided them with pads, or either the you know, the underwear that I want to say you get after you give birth, you know, those kind of things to catch the extra blood. But I brought mine and I needed them because even though my hospital provided them, they were out at the moment, so we wound up using the ones I brought. So I packed those just in case, and they came in handy. Number 5, something for entertainment. Even though I ended up watching TV most of the time because that's what I had the energy for, I still packed a coloring book, and I think it was a word search. So if I felt in the mood to do those, I had them there to keep myself entertained. Let's see. 6, lip balm and other toiletries. Like I said, lip balm if you want lotion, your toothbrush, toothpaste. I know sometimes hospitals will provide those too, but I did just in case. What else? A brush for my hair. Yeah, whatever your personal preferences are for that. And 7, my hospital, the nurse or whoever I saw as I was doing pre-op stuff told me that I could bring my own crackers. I'm on a gluten-free, dairy-free diet, so I brought some gluten-free crackers to snack on because my hospital didn't have them. So if you're on a special diet, at least like I said, gluten-free crackers or, you know, something like that you can snack on in between, or like they recommended them to me like right after surgery if I wanted something to nibble on to, you know, what was it? They recommended for me to do, so number 7, crackers, or so because I'm on a special diet, gluten-free and dairy-free, and they recommended that I bring them because they didn't have them. So if you're on a special diet, maybe ask your nurse or whoever is, or your doctor, if, you know, your hospital provides those. So yeah, that's all I have on that today. Again, if you have any questions for me, please put them in comments below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, wait. If you're still interested in this channel, please subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye.